She can edit.
Track, you lock the flow. So far from hanging on the block of dope. Notorious, they got to know that.
Notoriously a bitch. I was kidding, yo.
Oh shit. Oh sir.
Go ahead. Yo, dead ass. Yo, want to send farewell to my cousin Walter. He moved to San Diego. Tank, TT, Walter.
Damn, TT.
Little Stank Tank, Little Thirst. All the
That's the nigga alive. That's the nigga on the list.
You know, Thurston nigga alive. That nigga moved to San Diego.
Man, much love.
Hey,
Much love to you.
Peace and blessings.
Be safe.
Yeah.
We'll see your ass sooner than later. I'm quite sure. But, you know, we back, y'all. I know y'all missed us.
This is Hinalin Negro. While I was gone, I touched up on my Spanish, you feel? Alright, come
That
on.
being said, there's the boy Reed.
Young Red. What's poppin'? FY Bizzle, Young Rizzle.
Hey.
That's good.
Oh, that's you. My Bizzle Young Red.
Oh, you different.
I'm so happy.
I'm excited to see y'all. How y'all doing? Well, I know y'all ready to tune in and see what we talking about, because I'm trying to talk to you. You here?
It's Christian.
Cristiano.
You already know.
Cristiano.
You know the host with the most, Tyree. I'm doing my thing, you know.
Tyree.
Yeah,
Marky P.
Hey,
Marquito.
Marky P in the place to be.
Marquito.
You know, we go by the power circle, man. Giving y'all
Power circle.
these fire topics from our opinions, nobody else's. So if you don't like it, you don't gotta listen.
Fire!
That's how it is.
The topics are fire!
Boom.
Alright, come on, bro. Let's
Speaking of fire, we're gonna go right into it. Well, I mean, shit. If you live in the Chico area and the 530 anywhere, you know the ashes is falling from the skies as we speak right now.
That's a fact.
That's real fact. I go out to my car, it's like fucking ashes everywhere.
Yeah, I got smoking.
Yeah, I mean, California's burning down right now, especially up here in the North State. Carr Fire is going crazy, the size of Denver. How many acres is on fire right now? And,
Really? Is that fact?
yes.
Besides Denver?
That's fact.
Wow, I didn't
Size
hear
of
that.
Denver.
Man,
Yeah.
I knew it was crazy big. I just didn't.
It's like, what about like 120 something
It's
acres?
121,000 acres.
Yeah, and 6 people dead.
Yeah, man.
And they call
children involved.
cost how much money? The firefighters?
I think it was like something like 24 million, something crazy like that.
Crazy, and it's only 35% contained. So pray for those people up there. If you live up here in the area, I know they were doing donations at Enterprise High School. If you know anybody from that area, I know a lot of people that live up there that come to Chico, they taking donations from themselves. So if you know anybody, I know somebody, so hit me or whatever, and I can tell you where to donate some clothes, or they need clothes, water, just anything.
Any way you can
anything. Contribute. I know people started a couple GoFundMes.
Yeah.
I'll post some of those links later. People that I know. So.
The homie's daughter has been selling like lemonade on the side of her like community or whatever. She made $1,500. So if a little girl can do that, we could do something. So, we got, you know,
anything else, it could be $5.
Yeah, it don't matter.
God, don't have to be
whatever you got.
anything that you just
If
buying
you ain't got no
water.
money, send a prayer, send something. Send some positive vibes, whatever you want to put out there.
Yeah, they need that right now, and it's affecting all of us around here. So especially those that's losing their homes right now. I wish that on nobody. So it's all coming together on some real shit on that. So I want to shine a light on that. Going to something more positive. LeBron.
Yeah.
Of course, we know he went to the Lakers. That was a huge big up for La La Land to gain strength on that. But the most important thing I really want to talk about was LeBron started a school in Akron. So I know before we go on to the school part, we're gonna talk about the trade part. I know Christian wanted to talk about this. No. But you did want to talk about LeBron going to LA. You a Lakers fan, so
I'm
that's big.
definitely.
So how you feel about it?
I'm gonna be dead ass. I'm honestly a LeBron hater. So like I've been saying, I hope LeBron gets out the finals for like the last 3 years, and now he's on my team, and it's like, fuck, I hope you win the finals. But Shouts out to him opening the school.
It's a fact.
Yeah, the school shit is big. I'm gonna read off some of these things that he's providing with the school to be exactual, factual.
Well, while you're looking that up, I'm taking
Go ahead, take a little sippy, Tim.
Take a sip, bud.
So it says there's free tuition, free uniforms, free bicycle and helmet, free transportation within 2 miles of the school, free breakfast, lunch, and snacks, and that is because he's doing it. The school is from 9 to 5 to keep the kids, because you know it's the inner city of Akron and the hood, so to keep them out of the streets and stuff. And you know,
I didn't know that.
yeah, so he's doing it from 8 to 5. And then they even having like extra food for kids that they didn't get dinner the night before with their families and shit like that, and like have a place to go. He's putting up a place for them. So that's why the long food breaks for that. And then they got food pantry for families that don't have food and stuff that can provide. They got GED and job placement services for parents who ain't have the educations and need to get that education. And guaranteed tuition to the University of Akron for every student who graduates. That's crazy. That one portion right there alone is just nuts.
What was the second to last? He's
G-
taking care of parents too?
Yeah, GED and job placement
Yeah.
programs
See,
for parents.
that's
Yeah.
above me.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
put himself on a whole nother platform, like just.
So, I would literally, everybody knows, I would talk mad shit about LeBron as like a basketball player. Never about his ability to play basketball or nothing like that. And I would never, ever talk shit on his character, even before this school, because of the way he has always held himself.
Oh, yeah.
Like, straight up, you can say what you want to say. I was just hot that he went to Miami for the rings and shit. I thought that was some hoe shit. But, like, realistically, the way that he has always held himself, that's his, like, high school sweetheart he got his kids with. He's super involved with the kids, even more involved now. You see him on social media all the time at the kids' games, coaching the kids' games. He got D-Wade, Chris Paul at the games, giving the kids pointers.
Yeah.
If you can utilize your platform to help the world and your own family and not like lose sight of that happy medium of like taking care of both, like, man, you deserve to be praised, and I think LeBron James should be praised.
And that's why and I posted and I said, I don't care how anybody feels about this man on the basketball court, whether it's you think he's the GOAT, you think he's not the GOAT, whatever that debate long and behold is, you can never, this dude as a man, this man is the GOAT as a human being.
It's a fact.
To all the shit that he's done way more shit. This I Promise, the school's called I Promise, and his I Promise campaign, fundraiser shit's been going way before. Like he used to do every year, it was like bikes. He like ride bikes with the kids and shit to get money for them and everything. He's been doing this, but the school thing this was like the end all be all for him with this program. So I was like, for you to be able to do that, to utilize your resources, to know you have that much money, and it's not like, yo, I'm just I got this and I got that. It's like, yo, I'm putting my dollars into something that needs to help the youth and change the world. To me, I feel like every athlete, every entertainer, musician, anybody that's got any type of bread or claiming you got money, you should be putting your dollars into something like that to help the next generation, to help the youth to be able to do something that's going to help change the world. And that's a huge step. So think about it, if it gets bigger, he can even expand and be like, yo, I'm going to go to another city and start another school. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, I'm trying to set an example for everybody else, so he can take his city or whatever, and try to make something there.
Yeah.
Somebody else can do it.
That's what I think you should do. I mean,
It's a priceless investment.
Yeah.
You know, there's no return on that.
Yeah.
Because the return it's not measurable. Because it's going to be so widespread by the time it's done. This is 1 year. How many kids he's taking? Probably 100, a couple hundred.
What is it, like 200 or something, 250 or something like that?
But that's just
That's
one,
crazy, man.
and then it trickles down into the next, and then to the next.
I was wondering, I was like, yo, at some point, people, it's just like, people are gonna be like, yo, it's LeBron school, I wanna go to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably gonna be crazy in itself of like, I know it's only supposed to be for this demographic of kids that like need it and need help. But you know how crazy it's gonna be because other people are gonna try and get to it, and then even more so, I wonder how they're gonna be able to filter that or what.
But that can only help because
Yeah, of course.
if you get people from, because right now it's basically focused on inner city kids that can't really
Provide, yeah.
But once you start getting the funding from other people and other type of, you know what I'm saying, people from economic situations.
True.
Nike.
Yeah, high class people, not even Nike, not even corporations.
That's
Like
big
people in the
corporations.
community that have the money.
Community that
to say, all right, well, I want my kids to go to this school. I'll pay whatever I need to pay and make a whatever donation for them to go there. And it's just like, for me, man, like man, that shit is like, it's so revolutionary to me, man, and it's so monumental. And it's crazy that it took till 2018 for somebody to make it happen.
Do it, right?
Because, you know, and a lot of people had a GOAT conversation of who the best player, who this and that. And me, I'm a person that I don't judge people just off on the court. I judge them as a person. You know what I'm saying? And to me, shit, this is the first time
LeBron's the GOAT as a person.
This is
hands down. Those guys did shit. Jordan did shit.
This is the first time I'm ever
community.
saying this, but man, LeBron is he the best player of all time. In any sport.
Yeah, definitely.
It don't matter. It don't matter to me.
They said he's the most charitable athlete.
Of course, I agree. We talk about if you talk about off court and on court together as one, he's the best athlete of all time.
And a lot of times, what a lot of celebrities and a lot of people with a voice don't realize is that regardless of if you want to be or not, you're a role model.
Yes.
And we got people looking up to people as drug addicts. We got people looking up to womanizers. We got people looking up to abusers. We got people looking up to all these different type of people. And for this man to come through and like start a school, start a curriculum
In his own backyard.
like he lived in his own home. And I'm glad he did it in Akron instead of LA or in.
That's what I'm saying.
Do it where you from, and for him to do that, and just man, like I'm a Warriors fan. I grew up in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? All of that, but how can you root against him?
You can't. After this, like
How can you?
I was a LeBron fan before, and then I like stopped being a LeBron fan. But then, like after this, I'm like, yo, like I can't. I'm about to go buy a Lakers jersey and have a look just to be like, yo, I'm supporting you because like that's so big, that's crazy.
Listen, for me, this is, and I always double back on this, but this, I'm gonna say this kind of got something to do with the Kaepernick shit. I feel like a lot of cats at this point, they understand that I'm more than a sport. I'm more than a basketball player. I can do way more than that because to be honest, man, that shit is minuscule when it comes to the bigger picture of life. And I feel like people seeing Cap say, you know what, man, I'm good at this sport, that's cool and all that, but my life is more important. And what I represent as a man is more important. And way after I can throw a football, way after I can run and do all that, I want people to understand my legacy. And I feel like more people are paying attention to that. And it's just like, man, that shit is so dope to me, man. He started a school, bro.
Yeah.
Like athletes
In America, though.
Right.
People be building schools in Mexico. Like, he built a school in America, in Ohio.
Yeah.
Middle America.
Yeah.
Like, that's big time.
He's not even just taking care of kids, he's taking care of families.
Yeah.
And
Parents.
Parents too.
I didn't even know
Not
about
just
the parents thing. That's crazy, bro. Like, we talk about trickle down all the time. He's trickling up.
And
He's like, you can't lead these people on trying to show the way if you can't do it for yourself.
They said that they're having
You can't blind leading the youth.
they're having people like kids that are behind. They're with their programs they're catching kids up. What you get done in 2 years, they're having you do it in 1. So it's essentially like skipping grades. So that's how much work they're making.
It's like an alternative school, continuation school.
Yeah, and then they were saying how he's gonna have like pre-recorded voicemails from himself. So if you miss school, it's like pre-recorded voicemails like, hey, from Braun, hey, you know, we didn't see you today. Where you at today? Like, hey, you know, we miss you. Like your classmates miss you. Hope you're feeling better. You know, come back to school.
See, that's
if you're not in school, if you miss more days, you're like, yo, what's up? What's going on? Like, where you at? Like,
and to piggyback off what you were saying, like, man, LeBron is like, I'm going to LeBron school, man. When you come from the hood and when you come from nothing, sometimes all you have is your community. All you have is your respect in yourself and what you represent. And I feel like a lot of kids, they don't apply themselves in school because they feel like it doesn't represent them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids don't feel represented in these schools because when they go to these schools, a lot of the people, even if it's in the hood, a lot of people don't look like them.
Yeah.
They don't, we don't share the same color, we don't share the same background, we don't share the same whatever. But now, if you got LeBron leaving messages
on your phone.
Come on,
like, yo, I'm not in school.
LeBron,
yo, you gonna go to class? Like, yo, I gotta go to class.
Hey, man, LeBron was tripping, man. I had to pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to dish with LeBron, but like, and you know LeBron when they play in Cleveland, he gonna show up on you like, yo, where you been at?
It's pride. It's pride in that, man.
Speaking of you, when you was talking about Colin Kaepernick, talk about EA Sports, they dropped Madden 19 and YG song Big Bang featuring Big Sean and Nicki Minaj. They edited out his line when he said Colin Kaepernick's name in there, so everybody was hot about it and outraged. All artists came out and said something. A lot of people came out and was outraged to EA Sports about it. So then EA Sports, of course, says, well, we're so sorry, we just don't have the rights to his name because he's not in the NFL, so that's why we had to bleep it out, and so that's the reason why. To me, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. So my question was to y'all, do y'all think that was the real reason, or you think it had to do with the whole NFL shit and all, NFL politics, because they are, with the NFL making Madden and everything like that?
1000% that was politics.
Yeah.
Facts.
Because for 2 days, that shit was going around before EA Sports was like, oh, we fucked up.
Yeah.
We didn't have the licensing rights to Colin Kaepernick's name, and our media team didn't know that, so they accidentally bleeped him out. We're gonna put it back before we release the game. Nah, fuck that.
And
fuck that.
And my thing is,
it wasn't until people was like, we ain't buying Madden. Boycott this shit. It was going crazy.
On the initial release, it's still leaked out. They're gonna do it on the update.
On August 6th.
August something. Yeah.
But is that even like a?
They can do it right now. The game's not out.
Is that even a thing?
I think it came out today.
Did?
I think so.
David was buying it.
I think it did come out today.
Like
Yeah,
today
you're
or
right.
something.
He said he was gonna buy that shit today.
Yeah, I don't even play it.
Honestly, like I was pretty disappointed in the whole fact because, oh man, not to take it back to LeBron, but like literally, sports should be their own entity, man. Like we need to stop like tying all this bullshit that's going on in the world into these things. Like a lot of people use sports as an escape. A lot of people don't have anything else but to rely on sports. You know, like there's places in like podunk towns in Texas and shit like that where like they live for high school football because there's nothing else. And like when you have that pure raw emotion that sports, especially football, delivers, you can't taint that with like picking sides and shit. If you're gonna be neutral and you're gonna be like, oh, we didn't mean that, don't even fucking put that song on the album where you gotta blur some shit out or you don't gotta blur some shit out. That song got nothing to do with football. Get it the fuck off that album and find something else to put it in there. You know what I'm saying? They put that shit in there and they blurred it out because they thought that the majority of the customer base was gonna just overlook it. But the people that was listening was like, what the fuck? We ain't rocking.
And now they now they're trying to boycott the game.
Yeah, it's a hashtag, boycott Madden. Like people's not fucking with it.
They're like, yo, you should. I know a lot of celebrities are going around and like, hey, instead of spending your $50 on Madden, put that towards Colin Kaepernick's I know my rights.
Like what you said though, with the whole people wasn't gonna know or people wasn't gonna like
pay attention.
I don't agree because that's a poppin' ass song, and everybody knows that part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even really like YG music like that. You know what I'm saying? But I even know the whole shit. I'm more cap. I'm more y'all more cap. I'm more Colin Kaepernick. Like that's a line. Like everybody knows that line, and that line is very it's very quoted in that song. So I felt like the NFL thought that they was doing something. And thought that it was like, look, motherfucker.
Take a stance.
Yeah, look, motherfucker, we don't need you. Look, you feel me? We can take your whole name out this shit, and we'll still make bread. But once they start taking the bread away, they said, no, we just playing. Come back. Because my thing is this. It's not a curse word.
No, and that's how they treated it. They bleeped it
it's not a curse word.
That's profanity.
Like they acting like that, like that's like saying like, suck my dick.
Yeah.
They basically acted like he said, suck my dick or I'm finna fuck this bitch, or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
It's a name.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
name.
what I'm saying.
Why
I don't
is
think I've
that?
ever heard a name being blurted out of a game before.
It don't matter. It don't matter however you feel about stuff. And I'm pretty sure if we went through game after game, we'd find names
On top. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I've ever.
in songs.
It's never been a thing before.
And so, you know what I'm saying? For me, I feel like the NFL and EA Sports had something together.
They tried to pull fast.
And they tried to like take a stand and say, man, you thought you was kneeling. We gon' not only are we gonna put a song with your name in it, we gonna blank your name out. Nobody even gonna give a fuck. They still gonna buy the game. Fuck you. And then I like that the people said, no, fuck you, EA Sports. We're not doing this no more.
Yeah.
We're not taking this shit no more. We'll boycott this shit.
Personally, I think Colin Kaepernick was the snowball of what we'll see is like the probably the most controversial civilian back and forth that we've ever seen in our lives. Like that, I don't want to blame it on Colin Kaepernick because it is in no way his blame. He just brought light to it, but like I really do believe he re-sparked like the active modern day civil rights of what's going on right now. Like he was the one bringing light to like, nah, you're not just gonna kill these kids by cops and just let it go.
Yeah.
Like he literally sacrificed his career in order to make sure that we brought light to this shit.
You gonna kick us to some lighter shit, Tim? What's this next one for?
Oh, it's been so long, lady. Hi, I'm back. The fucking Reese is back. How you doing? How you been? Hi, babe. And
Hi, babe.
Oh man.
Hey, I'm afraid of what the fuck y'all been doing? What the fuck y'all been at? I just, you know what I'm saying? I miss you. You miss me? What the fuck we talking about? What's us talking about?
Hey.
Huh? Yeah.
First topic I want to talk about, just this is all from a guy's perspective, and nothing to do on a lady's perspective. We have a lady on here one day, maybe we can ask her. But I mean,
You gonna ask her?
Hey, we should do that.
so
What the fuck you been doing? Okay, no, go ahead.
So we just came back from a bachelor party in San Diego. It was lit. So I wanted to know.
Somebody was sucking dick. It was a bitch sucking dick. That's what I heard. That's you wasn't there, I wasn't there. We don't know. That's what we heard. Somebody sucking dick. Somebody sucked dick. That's what I think happened.
I want to know, fellas, do you think
She should
on
be
bachelor
sucking
parties,
dick. On bachelorette party?
No, hey, we'll ask that.
Hey, to my future wife, don't suck no dick at your bachelorette.
Oh hell no.
Bitch, I'm smoking you.
I was gonna ask, do you think men should be allowed a hall pass for their bachelor parties?
No.
You can.
But like you already.
You can.
The fact that you already had
building on a poor foundation.
Hey, some girls get up. Hey, some get a hall pass. You know, that's me. You should get a hall pass.
Hell no.
Cause are you gonna give your girl?
No.
You gonna give your girl a hall pass?
Hell.
No, bro.
Tell
You
him.
already,
Tell
I
him.
mean, you're already in a position to get married. You already want to be with that person. It shouldn't be like you trying to be with somebody else. Like you just down there to have fun, to laugh like hoorah, but not.
But if you down there, you
Hoorah,
got the girl shaking on your thing.
Hey,
oh, I
that's
kicked
cool.
the
Shake
shoulder.
that thing.
I remember next you know.
Shake that
Next you know,
thing.
you wake up.
Hey,
Next you wake up
all
on the
that
couch.
But ain't gonna be none of that. You better say that when you get home.
You can't.
Yeah, that's gonna
Oh, okay. Okay. Fuck it. If you ask me, fuck it. I'm gonna tell the truth.
Yeah, like the reason.
If you gonna do it, if you are gonna do it, no evidence. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Make sure, listen, you better be cashing out doing whatever you do to where it never come back.
No paper.
Because listen, I don't give a fuck what I do. My wife, my future wife, you better not do that shit. I swear to God. I hate that shit. Don't do that shit, please.
Baby, it was only
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, because you gotta think straight up, bro. You gotta think. If you doing that, bro, she could literally be doing the same thing.
Exactly.
And if you can't handle somebody the dog shit out your wife,
Cramming your wife,
before you
your
married,
fiance.
yeah, then you shouldn't be doing it, bro.
karma, bro. That's why you gonna do it.
But that's just me. I feel like you should be able to do everything else, though. You can't get no head, you can't kiss, and you can't fuck.
Okay.
Okay.
No kissing,
Love it.
no head. Okay, a bitch can kiss you, you can't kiss, but you can't
gotta
fuck
do
real shit. You gotta just no lip. You gotta no lip. And my brother put it. You feel me? But you can't get no head and you can't fuck. You might be able to kiss head.
Go ahead.
No kiss either, bro. You come
Nah. You can't do that shit.
Come back with the bump up, bro.
Don't do that shit. Yeah, you can't do that shit.
Beat you can.
Alright, look, all bullshit aside though. And the fucked up part is, I done been in a situation where I know people that got married and, you know, they situation is their situation, that ain't got nothing to do with me, but me personally, I just feel like, man, when you take that step and you put that ring on that finger, that's something different. You know
Yeah, it's not
what I'm saying?
to be. But this is before though, because the bachelor party.
But you put an engagement ring on her.
But what if she tells you because?
But you put an engagement ring. Fuck what she say.
What she say? You got hall pass.
Then I'm done with it.
no, that's the
Because she want a hall pass.
These questions are from a couple females on Instagram. Reached out, asked for some fan topics,
Okay.
and these two lovely ladies reached out and they said,
How deep is it when they say their balls deep?
That mean my nuts touch your butt. Okay, breathe.
Whose nigga is this?
"That's a she said, can the girl, in quotes, change a guy for the better, like if when he meets the right girl?"
You asking me?
I'm just asking y'all in general. Y'all think a girl can change a guy?
I'll be the first.
If he's the right girl.
I completely agree.
Okay.
I completely agree. A lot of these females be sitting up talking about mans ain't shit, he ain't shit, all dudes ain't this and that. First of all, sweetheart, you're not what he's looking for. It's a lot of cats out here that was doing whatever they was doing, met somebody that they felt was worth it, and they said, you know what? I can't do that no more.
Change it for that.
You can be my main hoe. I can't do that no more. You need to be my only one hoe. I ain't gonna cheat on you no more.
Mark, what do you think
Stop
about
fucking with him, hoe.
I think the right girl can change. Yeah, she can do it. It gotta be the right one though. I mean, you can tell if it's gonna be the right one because he'll change up everything he's doing for you.
But ladies, y'all gotta.
But he gotta be the right one.
Ladies, y'all gotta understand what the right one means. Some of y'all got very misconstrued ideas of what the right one is. Y'all be talking about, I go to school, I got a job, and I cook and clean. That's what the fuck you supposed to do as a grown-up person. You're supposed to feed yourself, you're supposed to provide for yourself, and you're supposed to educate your motherfucking self. That's just how you get in the door.
That's real
So saying that to me, that you just basically saying, hey Reeves, I just want you to have a conversation with me.
Hey, Reeves,
That ain't even got nothing to do with the pussy. just to have a conversation, you gotta be able to cook, clean, and educate your motherfucking self. So y'all females be misconstrued because y'all be messing with dudes that ain't got nothing on the ball to where they will accept anything. Any dude of any real caliber is not gonna accept anything. If y'all keep allowing dudes who are nothing to make y'all something, then you will continue to be nothing.
I love what he just said, and I will just literally reiterate everything that he just said is ain't shit people look for ain't shit people. Like realistically, if you're a good person, you're not out here looking for a scumbag, and if you're a fucking scumbag, you're probably not out here looking for a good person.
And I'm gonna take it further.
Go, run with it.
If females stop accepting bum ass dudes, then men will step their game up. Women need to understand that they run this world. You want to know why they run this world? Because they create life. They're the only thing that can create life. If all women said we're not giving no pussy out no more, the world would end in 200 years, easy. Probably even before that, because no more life will be created. So if women made men step their game up to be with them, then men would be better men. You keep saying I want a better man, but you keep dealing with bum ass dudes. That's your fault, sweetheart.
Stop giving up the pussy to these ain't shit motherfuckers that don't deserve your pussy. Like,
Don't give
put the pussy on the pedestal, please.
They literally say doing the same thing, expecting a different result is the definition of insanity.
Facts.
And you bitches be fucking crazy.
Pussies.
Talk your shit, FYB Reeves.
Denzel.
What are you talking about? Y'all be safe out here tonight.
So what another young lady asked in the same context, how long is too long to wait around or hang out with a guy to see if it's gonna develop into something real?
I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it all bullshit aside.
Yeah.
When a person show you who they are the first time, believe them.
Yeah. Oh.
So when a person shows you what their priorities are, what they into, what their intentions are the first time, you gotta believe it. A lot of us, we get, especially when we like somebody or we feel like we want to be with somebody, we get like delusional.
Yeah.
And we try to make excuses for them, and we try to say, oh no, it's because of this, or oh, well, we wasn't really talking that tough. My thing is, man, if a female wanna fuck with you, from the initial moment that she knows that you're interested the way she's interested, she should be working toward y'all being together, regardless if it's exclusive or not, men and women. If a man feel like that's the one, he should be working toward making it exclusive to that woman.
Yeah.
At the moment that he knows that it's mutual. Because my thing is, a lot of people act like, well shit, I didn't know that you wanted to fuck with me. If it's mutual and you know it's mutual, and you still bullshitting,
Yeah.
then that means you're not serious. That means you're not ready. That's on you.
That's good.
Talk, Reese!
Denzel. Last topic. You know into it. I heard this on the Breakfast Club. They were talking about it. Do you think drunk sex is consensual sex?
To me. So if to me, I got a rule. Everybody that know me really know me. They know that this is my rule. If I'm not drunk, or if I'm not on the level of drunk as the woman that I'm with, I will not hit.
Yeah.
That's a fact. I will not. I will take you home, or you can even stay at my house. I will not do nothing with you. I don't do that. I don't play that shit.
Yeah.
To me, that's lame shit.
Yeah.
That's childish shit. And my thing is, man, if you can rock, then you can rock. And I was told this one time, if you can hit in a regular setting, you can hit at any moment. So my thing is, sober sex is the best sex to me.
Yeah.
Now, if that's my girl and we out somewhere,
Yeah.
we both get lit, that's totally
that's different.
But on the initial,
Like on the initial,
Like you.
first vibe set, you know what I'm saying?
if you more drunk than me, sweetheart, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you want it.
It's true.
That's a fact.
It's dead ass fact.
And we see too many people going through shit to where I don't know if it was consensual that night or not, but they were. Even if she wake up with a regret, that's rape to me.
Yeah.
In my mind. Because if she was drunk and felt a certain way, but in her sober mind she didn't want it, that's rape to me. So that's why I don't even want to go there.
Yeah. Chris,
We let. I mean, I think he pretty much hit it on the head. But yeah, I mean, especially in the times that we're living in right now, the generation that's alive and like really kicking and on flames the way that it is right now, like yeah,
you
don't play no game.
Can't be taking no chances.
If you second guess it, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen.
It's a saying out there that if you gotta ask,
Oh,
you know the answer.
That was a way better way to paraphrase it. Yeah, completely.
That's a fact. And my thing is, man, I got nieces, bro.
Yeah, fact.
I got nieces, bro. And I got a nephew too. I just had a nephew.
You gotta raise them the same way.
Yeah, shout out to my nephew that was just born a month ago, man.
Oh,
God damn, blessings to this lovely, beautiful world. But,
yeah, definitely.
and not only do I gotta set an example for my niece that this is not how you should treat women, I gotta set an example for my nephew. Like, hey man, when you're around in certain situations, this is how you should handle it.
Completely. Because she's looking at you, the niece is looking at you for an example of a man
Right.
the same way that he is.
Yeah, and so with me, man, it's just, it's never that serious.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong.
It's one night of fucking.
Right, I love you. I don't think you can name a person on this planet that loves sex more than me. That's a fucking fact. You can put me in a fucking lie detector test. Who loves sex more than nobody? And it's gonna come back a fucking fact. You know what I'm saying? But I only love sex when it's two parties willing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I am, man. So that's what I gotta say. I love everybody. I want everybody to be safe. I don't want anybody to be in a situation where they're doing anything that they don't consent to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just me. I'm a type. I do what the fuck I want to do, and I want everybody else to do what the fuck they want to do, so we can all be on the same page. And that's
It's a page we should have been on for a long time now. The internet age just made it more readily accessible to where people have to accept it now.
That's a
Because
fact.
before they could brush it under the rug.
That's a fact.
There's no way to brush it under the rug now. What is it, homeboy that got popped? XXX popped him. The motherfucking fans saw that murder. They knew who had the money, who had the bag, this, that, other thing. Bro, if you're gonna kill somebody or you're gonna do some dirt in these days, you better make sure nobody's around and there ain't no cell phones because everybody recording before they saving somebody's life.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I'm not saying, oh, you shouldn't do this because people are gonna bust you, but I'm just saying, like, we're in the age now where nobody's gonna get away with shit unless you got enough money to hide it, and that's an unfortunate problem. We're gonna always have to deal with.
It's a fact.
Yeah, that's questionable too, for real. Yeah, that's true. Well, on that note, that concludes our show. It was a good one to get back together with the family.
I'm happy to be back, and I just want to tell everybody I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Thank you. Keep tuning in. We're gonna keep this shit fucking lit.
Keep it rocking.
Keep it rocking. And yeah, thank y'all for tuning in to us and subscribe to us, comment, like us, send us topics. Y'all, by now y'all should know our personal pages. Y'all know to go, to the Power Circle and hit us up there. Let us know. Hey Tim, send us a Power Circle.
That shit wicked.
Glasses up, it's time to toast our accomplishments. We put ourselves on when other people weren't acknowledging. Stay confident, we never ever needed compliments. Turn negative to positives, even though we were opposite. My team's been in, while y'all niggas sit on the bubble. Single-handed, we got it, and now we wantin' double. Stay away from fuck niggas that can land me in some trouble. And stay away from shallow